Hello and welcome back to the new player series for Crusader Kings 2. So, last time we were basically waiting on people dying. We need some of our council members to die so that we can pass through a law which will stop things going outside our realm when people inherit. We are also just generally waiting for other things to happen right now. So that's an okay position to be in. We're kind of a secure realm, we're waiting for things to build up. So we're going to switch to the Epidemics map mode again, like we were in last time. And we're going to basically hope that this consumption or this camp fever does not come towards our lands, or directly Dijon itself. So, let's unpause the game. So camp fever, we can see, spread very quickly straight up here, so that it might come to our lands. Next one we have is arranged marriage is done. So this is Guilherme de Forez and Princess Helle of France. This will perhaps get us, this will get Dauphine, like this is that marriage being done. Say okay. And can we get an alliance with Dauphine? We have an alliance with Dauphine. That's good. Why does he dislike us? Oh, he dislikes us because we called him into a war? That seems interesting. I wonder why that is. Anyway, one child lacks an ed. Wait, does everybody dislike you when you call them into a war? This might be new information to me. Oh, that must be a new thing. Okay, interesting. Or maybe it's just depends on the exact person. But they dislike you when you call them into wars. Interesting. But that guy dislikes it less than the other guy. Okay. Anyway, we now have that alliance is a little bit more secured because it's a marriage. Okay. Child lacks an education focus. Prince Renaud. Let's see. He has idolizer, haughty, and playful. Well, playful does well under intrigue. Learning does not do well for playful. Stewardship does bad for haughty and wait, why is idolizer red there? It doesn't say it does badly for idolizer. It says it does bad for indolent. Okay, interesting. But that's still not a good one to go for. Diplomatic is kind of neutral. Martial is bad with Idolizer. So yeah, we'll go with Intrigue. It has no negatives for us right now. So he can get an Intrigue education. Okay, cool. Let's just kind of unpause. Camp Fever's going very heavily through the southern part of our realm. What's this? This is... something has just happened. Someone died. Our spymaster. Wait. Oh, our spymaster secluded himself. Okay. So he's now in seclusion with his court. What this means is that our council member is not doing his job because none of these slots are available to him because he's hidden himself in his court because he's got camp fever in his lands. Now, if we were to appoint a new spymaster, he would dislike us by 20 for a little bit. But this is alright. I think we can be alright firing him. He's not doing his job, and we can get somebody who's maybe a little bit more loyal to us here. We could bring in like a zero intrigue spymaster for a little bit, and then he would vote with us, and basically just bring in a straightforward puppet. Or we could bring in Simon, our half brother, who would probably be fine as a spymaster. He doesn't like us very much, which isn't great as a spymaster, but he'd like us because we're putting him on the council, and he would likely accept a favor. So we are going to put him on a council. We're going to say, I would like to buy a favor from you. He would say yes. Okay, go to my council. So we now have Simon who would vote with us. We can bring Aldebert in here. With a request council support. Okay, so that's 2. Remember, the magic number is 3 of these guys. Was it Etienne we could get to give us his council support? We can't because he's already influenced by someone else. Both of them are influenced by Count Bauduin. Now, could we request his council support? No. Okay. Could we request our stewards? No. Our marshals? No. I think we're in pretty much exactly the same situation that we were previously in. Yeah. Because Bauduin's going through the council doing the same stuff. Because he wants his son to inherit everything. So that's unfortunate. At least, though, our spy master is actually here and doing something. Right. let's continue waiting. Duke Philippe of Champagne has usurped the Duchy of Champagne from Count Eton of Troyes. Now, what's great about this is this means that we now have another empty council position. We have an advisor slot. And our advisor slot, we're putting in the only person who truly likes us, Raymond. We can't put him in there? Why not? Because he's in seclusion with his court. Okay. Who do we want to put in here then? Well, somebody with no power would be nice to put in here. Like one of our commanders. Because they're likely to accept money. So, let's go for maybe Onfray here. He can be our advisor temporarily. So, we would like to buy a favor from him. He would say yes. It would cost us 80. Spymaster Simon would also would like a 200 favor. Okay, that's a little expensive. And Aldebert would like just us to request council support. That gives us our 3 votes. So we're going to do it. So we're going to go by favor. By favor. Request council support. Okay. We'll wait a little bit. That's the first favor through. He will support us on the council. Next favor. There we go. They are through. We now see this little tab has opened up. 2 characters owe your favor. So we're going to click on him. Right click. We're going to call in our council support. So he will vote with us for 36 months. Going to do the same with Onfray. So we're going to call in his council support. Wait. Why can't we do that? He's influenced by a favor already? He's only been in charge for 10 seconds. How did that favor get done quicker than our favor got done? That is... The AI is cheating. This is not fair. Okay. Duke Onfray. Not Onfray. Advisor Onfray. I'm afraid that you have just lost your council seat because you're not the puppet that I had initially put you in here to be. Be fired. Right. We need a new puppet. A new puppet is going to be Guy. Guy. As I have no more money, I'm going to request council support with you. We will owe him a favor. Oh, wait just a little bit. He will support us on the council. We now have 3. We can now very much push through this controlled realm inheritance. So there are 3 supporters and 3 opponents. Now, because we get a vote, we break the tie. 4 against 3. We'll click this. We could send it to council consideration. I think that just tells you whether they'll vote yes or no. But we're just going to say, okay, we would like this to pass. Right. The Lords of France have approved the institution of the regulated inheritance law. Fantastic. So, they voted because he was returning a favor. He voted because he was returning a favor. Aldebert voted because he was returning a favor. Now, what this means is that this should not be allowed to pass from our realm anymore. Now, I have seen this bug out a few times, but quite clearly it says vassal title inheritance is regulated to disallow a title to pass to another realm. So it shouldn't pass to another realm. It might still, but we have done as much as we can. Oh, I just noticed the Holy Roman Empire has a new section on it as Lower Lorraine, who are now independent. Oh no, they're in a war. Ah, they're in a war against them. That's fine. I was thinking, how did they get independent? Anyway. So, we still have Onfray who owes us a favor. There's not really much we can do with a favor with somebody who's in absolutely no power. But, you know, we have a favor with them. In terms of our council, now we want to get rid of Guy. Guy is unimportant. You've done your job. We're going to fire you. Which I know, it's not the best to keep putting people in charge and firing them. They don't like it. And we're going to put instead one of our powerful vassals, like the Duke of Champagne, in charge. Okay, cool. Right, that is our realm nicely set up in terms of regulated inheritance. If we unpause, that should sort itself out, hopefully. This should not still be as heir. We may have to reload the game for it to actually go through. Our steward died, so we now put in a new one of those. We're going to put in Robert, our son. Okay. And then we are going to get him to collect taxes in Dijon. Okay, cool. We'll continue waiting. We still have a commander slot open. Is there anyone who can fill it? There are many people who can fill it. Anyone who's not on our council. Duke of Anjou is not on our council, so we'll put him in charge. That's fine. We will keep spy on Count Hughes and just basically hope that this regulated inheritance thing sorts itself out. A son was born to Prince Eudes of France and Sansa de Barcelona. So we now have a grandson called Henri. Okay. Beatrice, basically what we could do here is we can give up something to give her different traits. We don't care. She can learn on her own. Right. I'm going to quickly pause the game, reload it, and hope this regulated inheritance thing sorts itself out. Sometimes it's just a thing with this game. If something seems like it should be happening and it isn't, sometimes you can just reload, the game recalculates, and it works everything out. So that's what we're going to do right this second. Okay, so I reloaded it. It didn't appear to change anything. Yeah, there appears to be other people who've had similar issues with this one, same as I've had. So, yeah, in theory this should work, but it may not. It might also be a thing that it might be that there isn't another heir that is suitable currently. So it might be a thing where it won't give it to maybe someone who's too young or something. I'm not sure. Not exactly. I would need to look into the code to know exactly what's going on there, but whatever. We've done the most that we can towards making the situation where this bit of land goes outside our territory unlikely. So that's as much as we can do. Right. So back to this map mode. We're going to be paying very close attention to these fevers and hoping they don't come up to our land. There are a few monasteries close by where the lay members of the Benedictine order frequently convene. As such, it is expected that I every so often attend these meetings, spend a fair amount of time in these monasteries to get in touch with the monistic foundations of the order. Such a period is about to start, so we will fulfill our duties. Okay, what's this? Invite to plot. My liege, peace be with you. We would like you to back our plot to fabricate the claim on the barony of Beaumont against Duke William the Bastard. I'm going to say no, because to be honest, I don't want to annoy Duke William, and I don't care. So we're going to click decline. Okay, unpause the game. Young Beatrix plays hard and talks straight. So we can get her to be honest, or we can get her to be brave. Let's make her honest. They're less likely to plot if they're honest, I think. So there we go. God's blessings upon thee, Oblatus Henri. The hectic life of a ruler rarely allows for sufficient time for contemplation. Ask that you seclude yourself and think about your life and actions as a sort of penance for your sins. We will accept. So we don't really have anything else going on. This mission involves us going into our intrigue tab, going down to the bottom to do penance, and we just do it. So it lowers our diplomacy while we're doing it, because we're secluded. It gives us piety, and it gives us events as we go on. Today, my seclusion begins. I have selected a simple chamber in the castle where I spend most of my time during the coming months. Within these bare walls, I should do my prayers, read the Bible, and contemplate my life and actions. Okay, cool. I'm sure he's up to something. We'll just keep kind of waiting here. My chance to improve relations with someone, that's very good for him. I've been at the monastery for a few days, surrounded by others who share my passion for God, and yet I find I still miss having a friend. Dantes Alvar and myself seem to be getting along quite well though. Perhaps this could blossom into a true friendship if we did something together. I'm sure he would greatly enjoy. Okay, well I haven't seen where this one leads, if anything, so let's see exactly where this event line goes. Was this on him? Embarrassed believer. This character is recovering from something humiliating. Okay. And it's hidden from the world at large, it says. Okay. So, would you like to discuss the Bible, play a game of military strategy, discuss the intricacies of managing a realm, or take a stroll and enjoy some small talk? I think with his traits, he's zealous. Maybe he'd enjoy discussing the Bible? I don't know. It gives us learning for just doing it. 75% chance. Let's see. We got the learning. And Alvar truly enjoyed my suggestion. We've become close friends. So I basically made that on the assumption that he's zealous. Zealous people are kind of generally religious in this game, so therefore I thought he would like Bible option. We regularly seek each other out during our free time, and I'm starting to notice that it affects my focus on monastic duties. So we can say spend time on my duties. That's why I'm here after all. So this gets us 3 learning. Okay. and gives us piety, and then makes us close friends of Alvar. Okay. Or we can say, let's spend more time with Alvar. What's the harm? It's not as if we're doing something unnatural. Okay, so that gives us Gregarious, 50% chance. And Gregarious would give us Diplomacy. Attraction, opinion goes up, so that's if they're the opposite sex, their opinion will go up. Vassal opinion will go up, and same trait opinion would go up. Okay. Or we get 3 learning. Well, our diplomacy is really low. I would like the extra diplomacy, so we're going to click on that one. We're going to become close friends, and we did not get Gregarious on a 50% chance. There's a bountiful well of knowledge in the Bible. Today I've uncovered new meanings in several passages which I have previously never given much thought. I shall take these lessons to heart and carry them with me, no matter where life takes me. Mark my words, the Bible is truly a book of wonders. Okay, so we make progress during our penance. Okay. Camp fever is definitely getting closer to our lands here. We're not happy about that. According to Chancellor Baudouin, the peasants of Dijon have started a delightful tradition where the peasantry from several villages meet up and dance, feast, and pair up for future marriage. By promoting this tradition, Baudouin believes that the county will develop a strong local culture that will attract more peasants. So basically, what is this? We spend gold, we get prestige, we get tax modifier, and the prosperity of Dijon increases, or we do not, and nothing bad happens. We are going to spend the gold. We like the tax modifier going up. Prosperity means we will get more tax and things in the future. Prestige is always good. There we go. We will get all of those things. My liege, I believe that one of your vassals can be discouraged from associating with conspiratorial factions if the proper leverage is obtained. How do you wish to proceed? Well, if we look at our factions tab, we do have some factions. And Duke Anjou is part of them. So if we have a look here, Duke Anjou is currently in charge of the increased council power faction. We are going to try and use our legalism to gain leverage on our vassal. Let's see what happens. Honored King, thank you for reminding me of my duties and obligations as your vassal. You are right, of course. For the foreseeable future, you have my promise not to support factions conspiring against you. Okay, so very good. So if we have a look at our factions now, he is no longer in that faction. Perfect. I know that Saint Benedict was a paragon of temperance, however I struggle to control my appetite. While doing penance, I am supposed to eat very simple food in small portions, but I'm growing weary. I cannot concentrate when my stomach rumbles like this. Okay, so we get one of 2 events, and I believe I know how these events work. We get one which is very much a risk reward, and then we get another which is a more straightforward thing. So this one is 65% chance I can deal with the vice by practicing it moderately without getting noticed, or 35% chance that I'm attempting to practice the vice moderately but is not quite enough to restore my focus. Or I can do 40% chance of overcoming it for good, or 60% chance of failing terribly to overcome the vice. So I believe that this one has more chance of succeeding but is likely to fail the penance, while this one has less chance of succeeding, has more bad stuff happening if it goes wrong, but is likely to make the penance as a whole event chain succeed. So basically this one's got a slightly higher chance of it happening with nothing bad happening to ourselves. This one's got a lower chance of something good happening to us, but more chance of good happening with the penance, if I understand correctly. But I've only gone through this event line a couple of times, so I'm not 100% sure right now. But let's try it. Let's go for this one. Okay. During the first days of my fast, I felt as if I was going to die. As I woke on the 3rd day, however, I was surprised by how clear my mind was and how the lack of sustenance bothered me. The next day, when I broke my fast and returned to my simple diet, it was more than enough to satisfy me. I'm stronger than I thought. So, we have succeeded. We got the 40% chance on the event line. I know this because it's generally a good outcome. Through perseverance and concentration, you have managed to defeat your sinful nature and maintain seclusion. So, we have a 50% chance of gaining temperate. Temperate as a trait gives you stewardship, church opinion, same trait opinion, opposite trait opinion. Opposite trait is gluttonous for temperate. Did we get it? We did not get it, so it didn't pop up here. There we go. We'll keep waiting. I cannot make sense of this passage of the Bible. The words are archaic and their meaning is deeply hidden by copious layers of symbolism. It would greatly benefit my spiritual development if I discovered the text's essence of my own, although at this point it would perhaps be better asking my court chaplain. Okay, so I can say I'll figure it out my own, or there is no shame in asking for help. So this one gives us a very low chance of figuring it out on our own, and a high chance of failure. Or there is no shame in asking for help. I believe that this is the one that can go badly as well. I think this is the same thing as last time. So we're going to try and figure it out on our own. We're probably going to fail. My obstinacy, I refuse to ask for help. Surely I, the king, would know enough of the Bible to understand the meaning of this passage. Hour upon hour I sat staring at the words, trying to make sense of them, but each interpretation I could think of felt lackluster and hollow. The wisdom of God is beyond my understanding. Okay. We found out something about Count Hughes, but we're going to keep the information to our... Actually, he is in a faction against us, isn't he? He is indeed. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and push him out of the factions. When confronted with all the evidence, Count Hughes swore to stay out of all factions and be loyal. Good. A daughter was born to our son, named Constance. Okay, she is currently slow, which is not a good trait at all. And this is our granddaughter. Okay. That's not good. Okay, we're still keeping an eye out on Camp Fever down here. We don't want it to get up to our lands. Today has been a day of new insights and revelations. In my seclusion, I had plenty of time to think about my actions, my life, and my place in the world. Things I had never thought about suddenly became so clear. Perfect. Right, so we're getting further and further through the seclusion event line. I found out nothing new and useful about Count Hughes of Charolais, but as my shady informant pointed out, there was nothing preventing me from making stuff up. Let's make something up. What this does, 10% chance he finds out. He already pretty much dislikes us, so we're going to be okay with that. And everyone else dislikes him by 10. Also, I noticed he is currently our designated regent. If I go on to minor titles here, that's probably not a great idea. We're just going to take him off the designated regent list and maybe put in someone else, because he hates us. He would probably not do well. If we were bedridden, he'd probably stab us to death, would be my guess. Let's put in someone like the Duke of Normandy. He can be our designated regent. There we go. Right. Unpause. Continue our seclusion. God's blessing upon thee, Oblatus Henri. We are pleased with your progress. During the time you spent in contemplative seclusion, you've taken a great step on the path of the rule of Saint Benedict. Hereby I declare your mission completed. Signed, Conversus Athelwine. Fantastic. So we get 200 devotion. We're no longer doing penance. That is that done. Right. I think it is time to end the episode. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.